I have a practical question. The other people have this too, but it just seems as years go on and the practice or the awareness becomes more of your moment life.
Yes.
I find it harder and harder to log in to practical things.
Okay.
You know, at the airport or on the freeway coming here. Or it's just, and even though the awareness is like you're talking about, sometimes it's a real effort. I don't know if you have any tips for that or what you do or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, like the papers or, I mean, the bills get paid and you eat and all that, but there's so much else, that's minutia that it's just
Yes.
out there.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. This is part of the transition from being in a protected environment to managing the world where this shift is happening in your perspective. Fine if the collective consciousness is supporting the shift, but it's not like that for us. You still have to manage the freeways and lanes and functioning still has to happen. Certain wiring gets burnt out, obviously, because you lose skills that you had. What happened in my own case is I've had to, and I still am, working on firing new neurological pathways. They don't have ownership, but there is a sense of training my mind to do things. So I find myself, for example, I've been doing this a lot this year, of like, okay, look around you and make a comment on what you see. Because nothing would be seen, because subject-object stopped. So nothing would be seen unless my attention was pulled to something. So there'd be no noticing of anything. Just, it's like the physical forms don't actually appear. And they don't appear because it's your perception, subject-object perception, that gives things colour, shape, size, and form. So that doesn't get created. So then what do? There are actually no things out there. So if you're trying to look for a sign on the motorway, the freeway, and your subject-object is switching off the dualistic perception, your ability to actually create a sign and have it show you a piece of information breaks down. You see? So you actually can pass the sign and I never saw it. And of course you never saw it because perception isn't working in a dualistic way like it used to. Because of this shift in consciousness that's going on, it's not going to be this rough in 15, 20 years. It won't be this rough. So we'll find an easier way to evolve. But right now, yep, it's rough. What I've done is like, okay, there's a sign coming up and this brain is going to see a sign. I'm going to watch out for this. What I often do is visualize the sign first. So that I've prepared my brain, my perception mechanism, to actually see the sign. That's one, it's a very cumbersome way around it, but I don't know any better right now. I'm consciously doing things that are difficult, like getting more involved in technology, and I find technology really, it's tough. But it's like, no, I have to learn how to do this. And it's paid off hugely, because functioning in the world is getting easier.
So you bring your attention to it.
Yes, I bring my attention to it. It's like, come on, fire this, come on. You gotta be able to, drive through town in the part that you don't know. Come on, just wake up. So I'm bringing my attention to create subject-object. There's no ownership, but what we've done is we've blown the subject-object, the natural mechanism that creates subject-object, so we can't maneuver because you don't get the information like we used to. It just doesn't come up. Things are not seen. So it's a case of you've got to override that natural burnout to enable you to still see subject-object, but you know it's just appearing. It doesn't mean anything, it's not real, it's just appearing so that you can function better.
Sometimes it's not safe, almost, when you're on the highway and you can't remember how you got here. Or
Correct.
I lived in 3 places, 3 different parts of the country, and that actually helps, because when I wake up in the morning, I might be on I don't know which side of the bed I'm getting off or where the bathroom is. That actually helps me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, yeah. Yeah.
It's not frightening, it's hard to share.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
It's not a lonely journey, because
yes.
I'm so lonely, but how can you feel lonely?
Yes, how can you feel lonely?
But,
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Yes, it's disorienting. But at the moment, there's going to be another few years in it, you know, of actually efforting to, and you can practice, and you can say, okay, what do I see here? Practice with making perception. So before you take a ride in the car, for example, and you know, okay, this is a route I haven't taken before, go out to the garden or read the newspaper or just do something for a few minutes just to fire up that part of your brain that does information and it's being received. Just to fire that up and it gets easier. It really gets easier.
Jack O'Keeffe, Jack.
Yes.
He said a while back, not to me, but to someone else who was sitting beside me, he said, you're going to have to make your life simpler. And just keep downsizing everything. So it's just a pile of papers and
yes.
a few things in your refrigerator. He said, because you,
yes.
I think that's what he meant.
Yes. And the Jack character, I tried that for a long time and had a really simple life and pulled back, and life just said, you know what? That's not your destiny. Turned it right around and ended up like, here's a relationship, there's marriage, there's immigration, and it's like, you're kidding me. You know, and I understand now, it's like, okay, because I've got to find a way of managing in the world. I wasn't allowed to live in an ashram, just like, you're getting sick, girl, and you're out of there. That's just going to fall apart. That's not your path. Lovely, if life allows you to make it really simple and scale down. Beautiful. Some of us don't get away with it. Yeah. And then what to do?
Thank you. This is helping a lot.
Great.